is going on, everybody? So this morning we've got ourselves a 2017 Nissan Rogue, and customer states the AC does not work. And of course this one is going behind another technician. I believe from her message she said that they had someone come out and put a compressor in, and now the system stopped working. It did work for a little bit, but then it stopped working out of nowhere. So they called us. Now we're going to go ahead and take a quick look at this thing and find out what is going on. Ooh, I love going behind those shops. There you go. Nissan Rogue. Let's get some AC lines hooked up and see what direction we got to go with this monster. Monday morning, I left all my pocket stuff at home. Yeah, compressor's not running. So what do you think's gonna be? No refrigerant, or do you think the new compressor they put on is junk? I'll find out right now. I'm gonna go with no refrigerant. Nope, that's not it. It's got some pressure. We're equaled out at 100 psi or so because it's nice and hot this morning. So there you go. We got equalization pressure. This thing should at least come on. And of course, fuse panels are underneath all these boxes. See what we got. See if anything's legible in here. Let's shut this thing off real quick. It's definitely not cold in there. All right, so we got compressor wiring way down in there. So let me try to get some I don't think I'm pointing that was the game plan. Let me get some T-pins here. Just back probe into that real fast. Because I don't really see a point in doing anything else except for making sure we got power and ground, because if we got power and ground, then we know what's up. You know what I mean? If we got power and ground on there, then the new compressor they got is junk. I didn't ask where they got it from or who supplied it. I didn't really need to because I wasn't the one that supplied it, so I don't care too much at the moment. I figured I'd be dealing with a lack of refrigerant today, but that's not the case. No, it's not the case. Me getting these back pins in there. I can only get one arm in there. Alright, so we got that one on the positive line. we should be getting a ground backfed through that. So let's find out if we are real quick. Yep, we're getting a ground going through the compressor. That's a plus. So now we'll run it and make sure we've got power going to it. Alright, let me get it quick. Alright, I'm gonna go start it and we'll see if we got some power. Only got 5 volts. That's a little weird. Why would only 5 volts be going to a clutch? I think it's time to look up some information. Yeah, I mean, it's straight up going directly to the clutch. That should not be correct. Let's go double check our wiring here. We'll go with this one. Oh, it's not a hybrid, so yeah, it's a 2.5. Alright, so let's go heating and air conditioning. Look at some wiring diagrams with the manual circuits. Alright, where's our fancy dancy compressor at? That's a lower motor. Usable name. Okay, AC compressor. So yeah, typical magnet clutch. It's got a electro control valve, which goes to the CPU, but it is supposed to have 100% 12 volts. So, I don't know if I can. So right here. Right here is a 40 amp fuse that comes through probably an internal AC relay and comes out on the pink directly to the clutch coil. We don't have that. We have 5 volts and that should be 12 volts. So we could do something dumb and we can apply 12 volts to it. Because it's just a relay, it's not going to hurt anything worse than it already is hurt. Get out our power probe. Unplugged it. Yeah, 13 volts there, so. You know what we should do? Let's unplug the clutch and see if our voltage comes back. Nope. let me shut this thing off again. See if we can get this plugged into. Actually, let me get. Just going to use a jumper wire here. I want to see if I can apply 12 volts directly to the clutch to see if it'll actually click. Okay, clutch works. Okay, so that's gonna be fun. All right, clutch clicks, clutch works, does its job. Our problem here is somewhere from this wire all the way up to that box. We need to go double check our wiring here. Find out about this this AC relay. Like I said, chances are it's built into that PDM. That's the fuse box under the hood. So it's a pink wire on connector F35, pin 65. It's not going to be that. Okay, there's not going to be a separate relay. I know there is one here, but it's not for the compressor, I don't think. Yeah, it's for the horn. So that is going to be built in to that IPDM up here. Let's move you over here real quick. We're just going to see if we can find that wire. I mean, there's a million pink wires here, but nothing that has 60 connectors like that. Let me go look again. Okay, so I think I found, should be this one right here. This pink should be pin 65. But we need to check. Ow. I need to find that fuse. Just bring it with me. All right. 12.6. All right, so fuse 15 should be this top one here. 12.6 and 12.6, and this pink should be what goes to the clutch. Let me turn the key on. Okay, I might have to start it. Let me go start it. Compressor just kicked on. You fucking kidding me? Yep, the compressor just came on. Look at that. Pressures are on, working. What the hell, bro? Golly, cars. Okay, well. That sucks. Now I'm not going to be able to find it right now. Okay. Let's see if it's working inside. Man, I really hate when the problem disappears like that. That's just the one, there's not the one thing. There's a few things I hate about being mobile. Is because of the travel time in between jobs. Now, I mean, I set my schedule up pretty good every week. So like today, tomorrow, every day, I make it so that my customers like are in a row. I don't drive here and then over there and then over there. I don't do that stuff. But I've got people to get to. I've got the elements and the weather to deal with daily. If I had a shop, this problem, I could just let this sit and run in the corner and go drive it every once in a while and just let it sit there and run all day long while I'm working on all the other cars. But being mobile, I can't do that. So I let customers down in a sense in those ways. That's pretty annoying. I don't like it, but I don't really have a choice. I can't sit here and charge her hour by hour by hour for me to stay here. That's uncalled for. That's wrong. But if we had a shop, I wouldn't be charging her that. I would still charge her just our regular checkout time or diagnostic time, but the car could sit in the parking lot and run, sit in the bay and run. And I'm seriously considering doing that. I don't know if I want to get involved in all that just because we've got this new truck and I just did the trailer. I've got a lot of money invested in being mobile. And if I go into a building, then personally I'm stuck with all these other bills that the business wouldn't be covering. It would have a different type of overhead that, we love that video. All right. But, let me know what you guys think. You think maybe I should think about going into a building one day, or should I stick the mobile stuff out? Given for the customer satisfaction side of it. Okay, system failed. Look at that. Stuck my foot in my mouth. Let's get this torn back open. All right. So we got lucky. The system failed again. No clutch engagement whatsoever. $14.2. See if it comes on by screwing with the wires. Doesn't look like it. And yeah, only 3 volts are coming out. 14 volts. 14 volts. Only 3 volts coming out of this thing. there you go. Now I got 12. This IPDM is bad, 100%. I'll stand behind that all day long. Smacking that thing like that. Let's go over to the wiring so I can explain that to you. Jesus, I'm gonna kill myself in here. Okay, this thing is not great spot here. Okay, so I have found terminal or connector F35. So F35, which is this connector, and then at the top was pin 65. That's what we needed on the compressor. And there, right here was fuse 40. She just got dropped off on a tow truck. So let's go back to our wiring real quick on that compressor, and we will tell you why. Good. Give me 1 second. Okay. So fuse 40, right here. We tested at both ends of this. Remember, this is internally built into the IPDM, but the fuse is external. We had 14 volts on both sides, so that tells us we're more than likely getting 14 volts into this point right here. But we've only got 2 to 3 volts coming out on the pink line. Nothing else controls that, so that means there's a problem right here on this relay in the IPDM. And by me smacking the crap out of it, I got it to come on. That tells us that this has a problem. So 3 volts and 14 volts on both of those pins. The fuse doesn't have an issue, but the box has an issue. So I will stand behind that 100%. I ordered an IPDM. So we need to, first, all data says that replacing the IPDM, you need to reconfigure it. Now, that could mean a couple things. That could mean that it needs to be programmed, or it could mean you just need to go in with the scanner and fix some options. So our first thing we're going to do is hook up our Autel, and we're gonna double check. Where the fuck's the hood prop? Oh my God, it's on the hood. Jesus Christ, man. That blended in very well. All right. Oh, I got the Autel hooked up. I'm trying to use this thing more. It's a really good tool, and it's got a bazillion features on it that some of them I just don't know how to use. And that's my own fault, because when I get home at night, I watch a lot of YouTube videos, like from Motor Age and the Autel stuff and a few other people that use this tool. Because there's a lot of good functions, and I kind of just want to learn to use it a little bit better. So, all right, I'm going to go look for this IPDM right here, and there it is. Let's bring you in if I can. Here's the IPDM. We got a little bit of a glare on the side, but we're gonna do special functions. What the hell does that mean? This function is used when replacing a battery. Okay, so I don't care about that really. Oh, it's all backing up. Well, I don't see anything in here that would represent us having to relearn anything. So, we're gonna take a couple of screenshots of this here, or just one screenshot. All right, let's put this off to the side. Let's shut this off, and let's go back out under the hood, and let's get this IPDM replaced, and let's see what happens. Lord, that's a pretty bad terminal there. We need to clean that. We gotta clean that for the customer. Golly. That could be one of the problems, but I doubt it. That's pretty horrible. I didn't notice that the other day. Can't replace this one because it's got a sensor in it. I'm gonna spray them, try to eat that corrosion up. All right, let's let that do its job. While we do our job. Now, granted, that's not the issue with this, because if it was, we would have had multiple other problems, kind of like I just did this morning, this Ford Tracer, or Mercury Tracer, and it had serious issues because of a bad connection on a battery. This wasn't doing that. This was a relay that was failing. So anyway, let's get all this unplugged. Okay. Old. Make sure the fuses are all there. And they are. So then, that's the old one. Let me get a needle nose. We're going to check all the fuses. I guess I could do continuity on them all, but I'm not going to. You know what sucks? I got an email the other day from Google. For some reason, they took down my listing, which is annoying because I had a business listing on Google and it would actually represent my home address. So people, if you were to go on Google and you lived somewhat close to me and you typed in mechanic near me, I would be the first one that would pop up on the map. And you could see my company and you could see my pictures. It had a link to take you to Facebook and YouTube. And it had over 90 reviews, all 5 stars. Sorry, one star from this crabby ass Karen lady, which is a neighbor of mine too, and she was all pissed off. But they got rid of it. I mean, what kind of crap is that? Like, seriously, Google, why did you get rid of it? And there was no explanation why. I could dispute it, which I did, because that's a huge thing that brings me customers in my area. But like, I don't understand why they freaking did that. It kind of pisses me off. I don't remember how I took this out. Granted, it only goes in one way, but it goes in this way. But like, seriously, man, like I don't understand why Google did that, and it's pretty annoying, especially for a small company like me, where we kind of rely on that being there to gain, more customers daily, especially good customers. Good customers are the ones that are on Google looking for you. Okay, Ben, figure this out, would you? Hey, I got one. Dumbass. Now we're on a roll. But anyway, I disputed it a few days ago. They said, send proof of the fact that you're actually a company. All right, well, so I sent over my, some personal information, but I sent over my, what the hell was it? My state of Florida licensing, the stuff that says that I own a company here in Florida. So I really hope that they, do good by that and they fix it, because, man, that's a huge thing for my business. If I lose all those reviews and everything else, that's kind of shitty that they're going to screw the little guy, because everybody else around me, they're still up, they're fine. And I've talked to a few of them, and nobody ever has a problem. They never get it taken away. It's always all there. And I'm pretty active on checking it all the time, because I like to make sure that my stuff is in a row all the time. Especially if we're, not getting phone calls, for a couple days, we check to make sure everything's still going. I say we, it's just me, but anyway, it's an annoyance from Google that does that shit. All right, I'm gonna get some brake clean and spray those off real heavily. So if you're EPA, don't watch. That's like 170 times better. Okay, that's on. Clean some of that mess up. It's already a hot mess under here anyway, but all right, let's put this cover back on. Okay. Oh my gosh, my little microphone thing fell off. Okay, that's fixed. All right, let's go start this thing up. Make sure everything works. Why is there that puddle on the ground? It's not from here. Okay, that's all I care about. All right, we're gonna make sure everything works, make sure everything runs. Hopefully. Okay, we're running. I heard the compressor come on. I got no lights besides the lights that were on the dash on. Okay, well, everything's on. AC's on. Oh, I got a new tool. Let's go play with a new tool. All right, let's go. What's up? Oh shit! I kicked the mic, the thing. So I got this. I do a lot of AC work. Obviously, you guys see that every day. But I got a new tool, which is a temperature gauge. So instead of me having to go back and forth into the vehicle consistently, I got this Power Probe temp unit. So this will tell me exterior temperature. So we'll turn this on and turn this on. So the bottom is the wand and the top is out here. So if we put this, just, I'm gonna put it over here. And we go put this in the car. It's got a vent clip on it. So we put that in the vent. And then when I'm out here and I'm like looking at pressures and stuff like that on the AC system, I can look at temperature. So right now it says outside we're at 86, inside's dropping, right now it's at 68. So it's pretty slow, it looks like, but that's okay. Like, I don't mind if it's slow. I want an accurate temperature. But you guys aren't gonna see shit. There you go, maybe you can see a little bit like that. I lost too much weight, so I can't block the screen. So anyway, trouble codes. We got no codes. There's not really much in live data to worry about. We don't really need to run any active tests, and the ECU information seems to be fine. There's no hardware issues or anything like that, so I'm not gonna stress that ALLDATA was saying that we need to do some type of reprogram on this thing, because I don't think I need to. So, well, the door is open. All right, I'm just taking out this. But now that the door is closed, we're gonna let this run for a minute. So right now we're at 85 outside and 58 in the car. So we're gonna let that run for a minute while I clean up the rest of this stuff, and we're gonna go from there. But yeah. All right, AC 55.2 degrees. In the trailer, it's 85.8. So that's pretty neat, right? I like that. That's a good tool. Thanks, Power Probe. I appreciate that. You didn't give it to me. I bought it. I mean, I'm not sponsored by you guys, but I would be. I want to get your new Power Probe 4, but I just don't utilize Power Probe products that much. I believe more in oscilloscope testing, and I just like using a headlight bulb over using a Power Probe. Even though, like, if you guys watch, what's his name? Check Engine Chuck. He's pretty good. I like him. He uses the Power Probe a lot, and if you know how to use a Power Probe, it's a good product to have. But I just personally, unless I got to power something on and it's easier to use that, then I need to supply ground to something easily with that, then I'll use it. And mine is Power Probe 1. Like, it's nearly 20 years old, that damn thing, and it still works fine. So I'm not going to spend $300 on a tool I'm not going to utilize. But temperature, I use that nearly every day. So anyway, car's still running, AC still running, no fault codes, no need to have to do the reconfiguration, which means I can save the customer some money, because we had this listed as to R&R the IPDM and configure. I don't need to do that anymore. We can lower the labor time because there's no configuration on it, which is giving back to your customer, because that's the right thing to do. So that's really about it, guys. So again, 2017 Nissan Rogue S, IPDM failure, internal relay for the compressor failed. They didn't need a compressor. Somebody put a compressor in it for them. So it doesn't seem like they needed that. This is what they needed. So anyway, job done. Again, if you like my rambling and you like what we're doing, like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys later.